Hey guys, MegaMat1254 here again. Welcome back to another episode of MGM Reviews. And today, guys, I'm going to be covering the newest episode of The Mandalorian, Guns for Hire. This episode had a ton of callbacks and crazy good stuff in it. And as usual, the season has just been on fire with all these episodes. So yeah, guys, let's get right into the review. Okay, so this episode, we pick up with a cold open of, like, this crew of aliens, and they're traveling on, like, a ship. And then we have the Mandalorian, like, group from Season 2 that were formerly Bo-Katan's people that basically attack them, and they take one of, like, their people. Which sets up the plot of the episode of our characters trying to recruit them to their cause. Which then takes our characters on this crazy journey throughout this, like, Coruscant, like, Cloud City looking town. And I gotta say, I loved the visuals of this place. This location was fucking cool. And, yeah, the biggest surprise of the episode right here. You have Jack Black who's running the fucking place. And that was just awesome, because, that actor is freaking hilarious, right? So freaking getting to see him in Star Wars and just be his wacky Jack Black self in the world of Star Wars is just such a cool thing, and I really loved it. I thought that was really cool. We also got another cameo in this one with Christopher Lloyd, who freaking played Doc Brown in the Back to the Future trilogy, and actually getting to see that character on a technicality in Star Wars is really crazy. I thought that was super cool to have a couple of, like, really big actors cameo in this episode. And basically, this is the catalyst of the plot, right? Is you have Doc Brown, who freaking is causing problems throughout this location, right? He's having the droids go crazy and cause a bunch of shit, and he's basically the main antagonist of the episode, right? And friggin', this is what I love about it, is you later on reveal in the episode, right? After, like, all this mystery and, like, droid stuff, which, let me get to this real quick. We got to see the battle droids again in live action from, like, the prequel era. And, dude, I love that The Mandalorian is showing more prequel stuff. I'm so happy about that, and they're listening to fans about that. Like, we got to see the Opera House on Coruscant. We got to see Coruscant in general is just such a cool location to actually go back to and take a look at. We also freaking get to see the battle droids again in this episode. We even get to fight a super battle droid. We even get some comedy with the regular one, too. It felt like a prequel episode at times. Like, it almost felt like we were back in the Clone Wars era a little bit with this episode, and that's what I loved about it so much. And we later find out that Doc Brown is a freaking separatist, right? He's like one of the separatists from back in the day. And he's a Count Dooku loyalist who basically is delusional as fuck and is basically trying to keep the separatist movement going when, well, in the meanwhile, the separatists have all been dead for, like, a long time now, because this is, like, post-Return of the Jedi, so yeah, the separatists are just gone now, right? So this guy's just delusional, he's causing problems, and he has to be taken care of. That's basically the episode. We also get some badass moments from Bo-Katan and Mando in this one. Both of them were just amazing in this episode, and their duo is phenomenal. Like, it's actually the best duo of the show now for me. I really enjoy that duo, and I'm glad they're expanding that more and using it more in all these episodes. And another thing I'll say I really love from this episode is the comedy from Jack Black. He's friggin' hilarious in this one. This location is just hilarious in general. It's just so crazy and weird, and that's what I love about it, and it's a good kind of weird, if that makes any sense at all. And I think that's what I enjoy about it so much, is when Star Wars gets crazy, it can get really wacky, but in a good way, and that's, yeah, that's a major compliment to this episode. And, yeah, we got the, like, climax of the episode, where we then confront, the Mandalorian, mercenaries, right? From Season 2. And we have, like, a fight to the death type of scenario, right? And it basically plays out like when Maul challenged, Pre Vizsla in Clone Wars. And it felt, like, very similar to that. And I love that, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are paying a lot of homage and respect to that era of Star Wars. I love how they're going out of their way to really incorporate the prequels into the modern times of Star Wars, and they're not afraid to do that, which I really respect that. and that really helped this episode out a lot. Getting Count Dooku mentions, like, getting Clone Wars mentions, seeing battle droids again in action. Like, I just loved everything about this episode. The action was on point. The droid bar scene was hilarious. You have, like, battle droids in there having drinks and stuff. Like, what's not to love about that? And we had, like, a blue C-3PO and stuff. That was just super cool. And, yeah, overall, guys, this episode, call me nuts, it's my favorite of the season. It has everything you want from a Star Wars episode. Good action, good comedy, great callbacks, tons of, like, references. Famous actor cameos in this one, too, like Jack Black and Christopher Lloyd. Like, yeah, nah, this is my favorite of the season here. And this season just continues to impress me week by week. And I am through the roof stoked for the next two. I cannot wait to see how this season wraps up. And, well, guys, that is going to be it for this review. I've rambled on enough here. You guys know my thoughts. I love this episode. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Did you guys like this episode as much as I did? Or were you more on the opposing side and maybe you thought it was a little too goofy for your liking? Or maybe, like, the callbacks didn't land and whatnot. But, let me know down in the comments, guys, what your thoughts are on the episode. I'm going to put my verdict up on the screen real quick, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.